It has been a very difficult job, but we're up to the challenge. I think when His Excellency won the election, some of us have been working with him for a while, so we've been following him around, and we heard the promises he's made to the diaspora. So in fulfillment of that promise, like you just said, he put together a committee chaired by myself to start the process of engaging the Ghanaian diaspora.
Well, it's been months of planning.
Yes.
It's been months of traveling down and up all around the world. The response you had around, how was it?
It has been great, and it has been encouraging. Wherever we've traveled to, whether it's London, whether it's Netherlands, New York, Canada, we've traveled all over the place to meet Ghanaians. We set up steering committees in these countries, over 15 countries, because we realized that in order to do this, we have to engage Ghanaians first. We can't bring them all to Accra at a go. So we have had a very good response. There's a lot of confidence in what the government is trying to do. Yes, there are problems. Some of these road shows that we attended, we came across some of the problems. We discussed them. We had dialogues with them. But on the whole, it's been quite encouraging.
It has culminated into the conference. We have had the first day, the second day, we're moving on to that. What do you intend to achieve at the end of it?
What we intend to achieve is a full diasporan participation. And like I said yesterday in my opening address, there are a few issues of importance to the diasporans. We also don't want to sound too selfish. We want to engage with our brothers that we left behind. The first day we've discussed investment, because we realize that a lot of them want to invest in the country. They have concerns, so we want to address those concerns. So at the end of the conference, we would learn a lot more about investing in the country. There are other issues of importance to the diasporans we touched on, which is political inclusion. I think I mentioned in my speech that we were looking for full political engagement. There was ROPA, which is very close to the heart of many of our friends abroad. We want it implemented. The President mentioned that. So those are some of the things we seek to achieve. There is also the Act 527, which bars certain categories of Ghanaians from taking part in the political processes. We want that amended. So we will be engaging Parliament. So at the end of the summit, we want to feel that we've made progress on some of these issues. We also recognize that it's not going to be an event. It's a process. So it's the start of the engagement process.
It's been done before. At least, not to mention anything, we have the 2001 Homecoming Summit.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it looked like nothing really happened. Even though we have the Office of Diaspora Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which has been moved to the presidency. You said it's not an event, it's a process. Beyond the 8th of July, what should the Ghanaian in the diaspora expect from your committee?
What we've done, which is different from what happened in 2001, we realized straight away when the President put myself in charge that we had to do this thing with engaging the diasporans. So even though this has been a government initiative, it has been led by the diasporans themselves. Most of the committee members are diasporans, except for the fact that we've engaged with our partners, our government departments, the Diaspora Relations Office, the GIPC, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Gender. These are all our partners, but it has been basically led by the diasporans, so they feel ownership of this whole process. Whereas previously, it has been a government initiative led by government officials who don't really understand the whole process of diaspora engagement. Okay. So that is what the difference is now. So we believe that we've also set up steering committees in countries. We're not going to dissolve them. These are committees that are going to exist. They will continue to dialogue with the diasporans, and most importantly, the Office of Diaspora Relations being moved to the Office of the President. The diasporans have an ear of the President because the office is situated in his office. Yes.
Well, in your speech, you mentioned that this is a private initiative, kind of,
yes,
and is being funded,
yes,
by the committee itself. How did you do that?
From the onset, we had the discussions. The government wanted to fund it, part of it and that, but we've had discussions. My own very good friend, Mr. Ken Oforiatta, the finance minister, a diasporan himself, was of the view that, look, this is a rich constituency in terms of human and financial capital. So you transmit about some say about $5 billion. So why do you need government to fund such an initiative? Yeah. Right? And these are, so
at that point, I think was very challenging.
Yes, it was very challenging, but we thought that we would live up to the task. So we contacted the corporate Ghana, I would say, and private enterprise. And most of these companies have, not only government, but most of these companies have been beneficiaries of Ghanaians living abroad, whether in the transmission of money. I visited a company, Imperial Homes. They said to me that it's good you've come to us. We want to be part of this because 60% of our houses are bought by diasporans. Yeah. So all along, there's a big market around the diasporan Ghanaians living abroad, basically. So we thought, look, apart from funding this, right, you've got to give back. So they were happy to do that. And I think it's a start of something big that we can engage these ones as well in terms of job creation and that. So I think that was a challenge, but we met that.
I would want to believe you've grown a bit more of grey hair because it's been
yes,
very challenging.
Yes, yes.
What's been the most challenging aspect of this organization?
I think the most challenging aspect of it has been managing the human resource part of it, because you've got people from all diverse places. We've got politicians involved. You've got business people involved. So managing all these people and steering committees from different countries. So we had engaged I would say about over 150 people as committee members, steering and national. So the challenge has been managing their opinions and that.
Yeah. Would you want to do it again?
Yeah, given the chance, if His Excellency thinks I have to. All good for God and country. We will continue to fight for the country. Yes, we will.
Well.